rotation.
Welcome back. You've joined me just seconds after I ended the last part. And we are still literally 195,000 kilometers. 195,000? It's because there's a K there. 195 kilometers above the Earth. And let's use some time warp. Oh! Yeah, you can't do more than 10, otherwise the autopilot goes really wonky and decides to kill you all. So I've literally only ever done like one safe re-entry, and that was with this bloody autopilot. It's not even me doing the flying. My hands are literally not on the keyboard right now, in any part of the computer. I'm just watching. And we're falling quite rapidly. But look at the speed, 17,630. It's risen. I don't like that. Let's take a look at the re-entry display. Re-entry angle prediction is actually alright. Unfortunately, we're doing it at night again, which I do not like. That's apparently night. I thought that was night. Ugh. Oh god. Gonna see daylight any time soon? No, we're nowhere near daylight. Oh god. Well, you learn something new every day, and for me it was that the black part, not the white part, on the bloody map is night time. We are in for a really bumpy ride because I cannot see anything. There's literally no lights to guide me down. I do know for a fact though we are over the ocean. I think we saw the lights of Mexico. Yeah, it was lights of Mexico we saw. We want to be here, where we took off from. I can't zoom in clearly enough. And suddenly the field of view increases or whatever. It's much better that way. Still, the autopilot has us on 35-degree angle, and our altitude is really damn low when it comes to orbit. This, I suppose, counts as low Earth orbit, 106 kilometers, or 65 bloody miles. 65 miles. Jesus, you could basically drive to London from where I live. As in, that's the distance. And I'm envious. Almost. I want a craft that goes that fast. But then again, I wouldn't, because it would be really fucking deadly. Right. Current PED. Current altitude, 93,000 meters. Whoa, and now. Autopilot takes us down to an angle of attack of just below 20 degrees. I think it's trying to put us on 20. But yeah, the computer predicts that's where we're going to end up. That's where the orbit is going to end, at least. Oh. If you listen carefully, you'll just be able to hear the wind starting to rush around the craft. And as you can see, the temperature of the outside, the skin of the craft is now starting to get much hotter thanks to friction. It is now above freezing on the leading edges. And that is not the air rushing around, that is the RCS system. Speed is thankfully decreasing. Let's turn off the sun, all the stars and stuff. But look, the nose is now 150-ish degrees. And you can just now start hearing the wind, the air rushing around the craft. It's a deep rumble. Annoyingly, the HUD is getting in the way. But speed is decreasing, if slowly, thanks to a high angle of attack, 40 degrees, give or take. We are now just over 71 kilometers, now 70 kilometers, that's 43 miles above the surface. And look at the leading edge temperatures. Fortunately, the top isn't too bad. We are now re-entering the atmosphere. Everyone, sit tight. And unlike the stock Delta glider that's in the game, you will see some really nice effects when it starts hitting some pretty turbulent air. So we're rushing down, speed is decreasing massively now. 16,500 miles per hour. We are now starting to hit enough air to cause the standard friction burn, whatever. So we are now burning up, so to speak. And there we go, the craft is now starting to glow. Of course, if these RCS thrusters were real, they would be probably burnt off by now. But it's thanks to a high angle of attack like this that we are not burning up. This is actually helping to slow us down enough, yet we are showing only the heat shield. Fortunately, we are, of course, you can't maintain that indefinitely, otherwise it's going to break you to pieces. So occasionally it has to dip down. Speed still rapidly falling. We're now below 15,000 miles per hour. For those of you who work in metric, this is 23,000 kilometers per hour. We're doing Mach 20 at the moment. Okay, Mach 19.9, 0.8, 0.7, 0.6, 0.5. We are slowing down drastically. Look at the leading edge temperature, 15,000 degrees. No, 1,500. 1,500 degrees Celsius. Oh, on the nose. I've lost the HUD. Damn it. 1,230 on the wings. And the top of the craft is, of course, it's still hot, but it's nowhere near as hot. You could theoretically survive being on top of the craft in a heat suit, but not for the entire duration of this of the burn. Speed is now gonna fall below 12,000 any second. It's now 11,900. If I were to open any doors right now, the craft would break up. few seconds ago we fell below 12,000. We have now fallen below 11,000. We're doing 10,000 miles per hour. It's still pretty damn fast. We're still going hypersonic, but our speed is still decreasing a lot. Of course, I could eject right now, but that would kill the crew. Still, we're going to arm the ejection seat. Not that it will do us any good, because if there is a hull temperature warning, I'll have a split second to react. Speed is falling below 9,000 in 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Soon enough, the speed will be low enough for the friction to not really be much of an effect. Still doing Mach 11 though. Or is the XR1 and all that called it? Out here, aerospace, they say Mach 20. Mach 10. It's Mach. Going back up to 40. And we've slowed down enough that everything's cooling down. We're doing Mach 9.5 now. And soon enough the re-entry trail is going to disappear. It'll be like it never left the atmosphere. And there we go, the craft is cooling down. It's no longer red hot. And there we go, we are no longer burning. But we're still going hypersonic. So with the autopilot is maintaining the angle of attack at 30 degrees. Make sure we lose that speed. Yes, just because it has a great big delta wings, it does have lift, but it's creating more drag than it's creating lift because the air is going like poof. It's basically doing that against the. It's providing more drag than it is lift, alright? And the air intake has opened. It can now provide a bit of cooling. Doing Mach 4.5 will soon be going slower than the Blackbird did, which was Mach 3.4, but we're still going faster than the Blackbird at the moment. Still, speed is falling drastically, doing just over 1,000 meters per second. And there we go, we are going just about as fast as the Blackbird, SR-71 Blackbird that is. Still slowing. And there we go, and there we go, we have successfully re-entered the atmosphere, and we are doing just a tad over the Concorde's top speed. So I do not want to be going at Mach 2.3 when I hit the ground. So let's lose some more speed.
Atmospheric auto.
Mach 2, 1.9. We're actually climbing, not good. flight control, RCS mode. Yeah, the thing about atmospheric auto, it does appear to know when it's best to use both flight controls and the RCS system, and just flight controls and just RCS. Falling again, regaining speed. There we go. Let's keep our angle of attack at minus 10 degrees below the horizon. I do not know if there is such a thing as an air brake on this thing. I just hit the air brake button. It does not appear to be an air brake. Right, we're still doing. We're about to go subsonic. We're doing Mach 1.1. Any second now. And we're going subsonic. No, there wasn't a subsonic boom or anything. Oh well. So, we're doing what would be the top speed of a 747 if it was going at top speed. But we're still falling rapidly. 10 kilometers in altitude. This isn't very high. 34,000 feet. And if you're worried, but you're going to land in the sea, don't worry. Literally, don't worry. Because even if I land in the sea, I'm not going to be drowning or anything. The sea still counts as a solid object. Not too well coded, but hey, there's not a lot you can really do with some of these three things. That was useless. I do not need my RCS thrusters, because RCS thrusters do not really help too much in the atmosphere. We're now doing Mach 0.5. Speed is still steadily decreasing. Still 8 kilometers up. Okay. What I'm going to do is do a hover landing. So what I'll try and do is retro engines, provide some retro thrust, provide hover thrust. So it's still 5,000 meters up, but I'm bringing the speed down so I can bring it down normally. But we're going slower than the speed limit here now. Oh, now we're going backwards. Right, some forward thrust. I think we're going the wrong way. Well, I think we're going very fast downwards. So let's...
Gear down.
Still going up. Come on, down. Wasting fuel every second we stay up here.
Rotran Elevon.
Come on. Okay, well, we gained some
clear to land.
speed.
$2,500.
Come on, get down. I cannot see a thing. There's no bloody landing lights. Okay, we do not want to smash into the earth. Provide some hover thrust. Soften the landing. Okay, we're
500.
descending at a pretty nice rate. I think we're going too fast.
400.
No, we're raising. Hot, ascending even. Come on.
$300.
Okay. Still have 25% fuel left. Still plenty enough.
200.
Okay, we're 200 meters above the ground, approaching the ground rapidly. Come on.
100.
Warning.
I had it.
Warning. 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 Warning.
Well, I had it, but I applied too much hover thrust and bounce. So my gear has now been destroyed. Ah. So much for that. Still, at least I didn't destroy the hover doors like I did last time. That's pretty damn good. It's much better than last time. So, yep, let's shut down the craft now. Okay. Okay, power off. All engines are cut off. Hover valve off. All that off. Fuel selector off. Fuel hatch is closed. Input. All that is off. Input selector off. Cabin. All the air recycling off. Middle panel, all the gimbals are centered. Pretty sure that, yep. Yeah. Hydraulic press off. All power off. Actually, we're going to need to have that open. Okay, there we go. And finally, pretty much finally turn all the buses off, generators off. I think then we are done. EPU on, external power. Not that there is any external power around. Hey, it's a safer landing as we're ever going to make, and at least we do have the capacity to return to Cape Canaveral. Even though we are nowhere near Cape Canaveral. We are there. There's Cape Canaveral. At least we can return to Brazil, where they can... somewhere. Okay, someone's going to pick us up. Have a good one, folks. Good night.